project really cool. Here back in the lab, chilling, about to actually head to a doctor's appointment. Well, not really a doctor's appointment, to get a TB skin test, because here I am applying for something else. Teacher's aide in the school. Yo, I gotta do what I got to do. Again, I'm thanking the heavy for the opportunity to be able to see you guys and helping me get through this transition of having to do what I have to do. I don't feel like crazy about it, because a lot of guys that retired even before me are still working. So I don't know that I'm working, but the reality of it is that in order for me to stay in this huge behind apartment, I didn't plan on staying here in this huge behind apartment. Let me turn off trading places. I didn't plan on staying here. When I retired, my retirement was to move down to Virginia and hang out down there with my cousin, trying to get myself situated. But things started happening up here for me with the modeling thing and this and that. And I was like, well, no, let me stay up here, because that might be better for me than moving down there and trying to, recycle and get everything back together. So I decided to stay up here. And plus, I was getting some gigging with my man's band, son's band and things like that. So, the money was still up here. So I figured, let me just stay up here. But I'm not making the same money I made when I was, bam, it's just what it is. So, but that's only because I wasn't supposed to be here. I was supposed to be down there paying a lot less than what I'm paying now for this apartment. But I like this apartment. I get my studio in here. I got a huge master bedroom, 2 baths, thousands of closet spaces. I'm just trying to tough it out and see what's popping. Therefore, got to get a job. So, as y'all all know, I'm a part-time at Sterling Limousine, and I could be making some nice money. I made some nice money last week for one day. I got paid pretty good for one day, but because I'm not full-time, I'm not like on a list of automatically getting work for every day. You know what I mean? So, because I'm part-time. So the full-time is going to get to work first. If there's any trinkets left over, I got to make sure my time slot is in coordination with that trinket. So, say for instance, I picked to work 12 to 8 or 12 to 12, usually it's 10 hours. So we'll say 12 to 10 or something like that, or 10 to 8. If I pick that and it's not open, I don't get anything. I would rather them just call me up and say, look, tomorrow we got this open. So I got to put my schedule in. If I don't put a schedule in, they call it a voluntary quit. And I don't want to have a voluntary quit. There's no need in doing that. But I need to work. So since I can't, I like to do the job. But I don't want to be on the streets, man. Those streets are tough. Some woman tailgated a person over here last week. I think I talked about it last night in the video. Then when she couldn't get back to him, she tailgated me, trying to push me up the street. And all of a sudden she cussed in front of the guy, so I gave her a little nudge over, like I was gonna move over. And then she cut in front of me, stopped, and she was ready to go in and start cussing and fussing. Man, people out here crazy. So I'm not trying to get out there driving. I don't mind driving in certain situations, traffic. Most of our work is kind of like airport to airport, to pick up, to take home, stuff like that. 95 can be crazy. Last week, there was a couple issues on 95 that was like, yo, that joint blocked them from where, so now you got to try to find your way around a whole another way and get somebody to the airport. But they ain't going to get there on time, because obviously, if 95 is blocked and you're on 95, and depending on where you stuck at, you stuck. You might not be able to get off an exit and try to make your way around. So those are the complications you get sometimes. Look, traffic is traffic. There's nothing you can do about it. You can probably just try to work your way around, not stress out about it, because the only thing you can do is what you can do. I got a little frustrated one time when I went to the airport and I couldn't find a commercial lane, because I had my last stop of the night it just came out of nowhere. I had to do a pickup. And I had to do it where we parked our limos in the commercial. I went around 2 times. I could not find that commercial. Holla at your boy. Remember, give me $1 on Cash App, by the way. RaJuR. If you get a moment, I'll take $1 Cash App if y'all don't mind. I'm sitting telling stories back here in the lab. All right, so anyway. So I finally went over, and I got over to there after 3 tries. I finally got over there. Good. Well, I ain't going to say a good thing, but it was a convenient thing that their flight was late anyway. And then they had to wait for their bags. It took forever for them to get their bags. So by the time I finally got over there, I was ready for them. I still had more time to go to the restroom and come back out and wait for them, call them again. You're on your way out, texting them. But when I got lost, I got a little frustrated because, the dispatch We have dispatchers work right here in the States, and then we have dispatchers don't work here in the States. They might be someplace else. And, I knew that person that was dispatching me didn't work here where our base was. I can tell. So he was trying to move me around. I'm like, yo, I was getting frustrated. Like, no, let me just tell you the signs I'm seeing, because if you're going to keep telling them, okay, make a right, make a left, they looking at like the map tracer thing, because the car has a beacon on it. But it's not getting me there. So finally I was like, you know what? I'll just try it by myself, because if I keep trying to get him to get me around, they're going to get it. All I know is I've been not keeping all the way to the left. You can go departures, right? Arrivals, and you got another arrival that's on this side for our vehicles. Like I had the big giant Escalade, you know what I mean? And that's called a pickup. You know what I mean? It's curbside pickup. If I had a meet and greet, that one had to park. In fact, I didn't even send my $7 ticket in to pay for my $7. It's cool. I would have, and plus I kept it. That's $7 I gave them. I parked, and my first joint I had to park, and then it was no place to park. So you run into them things. I get a little frustrated because I wanted to be perfect. I wanted to be on point, and I wasn't on point, and I might have got a little frustrated. But it worked out for everybody. Everybody got where they got to get on time, where they're supposed to get. So that's the main thing. Today, what I'm wearing today, I haven't worn this Paris Monte Carlo in years. And this is called Absolute Osmanth. And there's Osmanthus flower. Y'all know what that is, but when this dries down, very, very nice. You still smell the floral, but it's a manly floral. And it's really good. It got a nice little patchouli up in that bad boy that kind of tames down the flower. And there's a little bit of sweet. I think a little bit of vanilla in there. Might be a little something in there to keep it kind of semi-sweet. Because florals usually aren't sweet. They're just floral. And then you got to have something in there to break up that floral. And then you got the patchouli to kind of keep it, keep it mellow. So that's what Paris Monte Carlo, that would be Absolute Osmanth. I think I grabbed this from Bergdorf a long time ago. I just wanted to have some for Paris Monte Carlo. You know what I mean? You still got the sweet upright. Nah, man, I got rid of all them bases, bro. Bro, I got 2 bases left. I had every base ever that I wanted to have. All them bases are gone, man. I had 2 bases left. Because I started getting into gold and silver. You know what I mean? It was nice, right? It really was. But I'm a transitional guy, man. The only thing that's going to remain staying around here is going to be my studio. Everything else is, I get involved in it. I check it out. I got all the bases. I had all the Warwicks. I had the bleached blonde Warwick. I had the big upright, joined by Takamine. I had all them nice bases, man. They all gone because I transitioned over into silver. And I started collecting precious metals, silver, gold, collector coins, all that stuff. So I sold all those. I figured, hey, if I get in trouble, you can't sell a base to somebody to get something to eat. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, well, it ain't gonna work. So I transitioned all those bases into gold and silver. Well, all my gold and silver is gone now because I transitioned into high-end fashion. So I got like maybe $10,000 worth of stuff in fashion, right? I transitioned out. Now, I'll probably go back to silver before I go back to doing anything else like bases and stuff. But my life has always been transitional. I had some of the best guitar amps back in the day. I had like, what's that company, man? Mesa Boogie. Had Mesa Boogie, man. I had they freaking only 400 made. I had a freaking French cabinet Mesa Boogie. Sold that. I had 3. I had a Tom Anderson I sold. I should have kept that. I also had some PRS high-ends guitars, man, just hanging off the wall back in the day. It's like I just go through it, man. I grabbed that, okay, and now I'm done. Now I'm bored. That's probably why I'm single. Why I ain't got a woman. And now I'm done. No, I got a lot of friends, though. But if I ever finally find that woman in my life, we ain't going to be like, all right, I'll experience that, now it's time for me to move on. I'm too old for that. But when it comes to things, material things, I don't mind, man. I don't mind, going through different things, experiencing. I can say in this lifetime, I really experienced just about everything. There's still more for me to experience, of course. But as far as like in the Navy, experienced that. Got out the Navy, built my studio. I'm doing studios, I'm working with major artists. I'm a Grammy member. All that stuff, bam, did that. Then I got into let me collect some bases, man. Cause I saw this guy, all these bases. I wanted to have every base he had. I would never have caught up with him because he had like $1 zillion worth of bases. But I was trying to get most of them. Now, like, all right, cool, done with the basses. I wasn't caring about guitars too much. It was all about basses to me. Basses are sexy. I like to play bass. More than I like to play guitar, but I play guitar better than I play bass. No, I play them equally as well. Whatever. And then after that, it was like, oh man, gold and silver, the economy, the market going crazy. I gotta get rid of all these bases. Got rid of all the bases, got the silver and gold thing popping, bam, 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 bam. And then all of a sudden, man, I started getting into high-end shopping, man. I got a freaking sweatsuit, you know, like a $2,000 sweatsuit back there by Casablanca. Now, I ain't paid $2,000, but I paid enough. I got a freaking Louboutin, Christian Louboutin, freaking reporter bag. That joint like 1,100. I ain't pay 11, but you know I ain't pay much less. So all this stuff I had back here, man, I got it at a nice price. I got a RaJuR sweater. This sweater like $800. I got a friggin' you know, like I said, if I start getting into design, I want to get into designers now because I was doing the modeling and fashion thing. I figured that would help me out. And in a couple of my films, they wanted me to bring my wardrobe. They was like, oh, well, yo, show us what you got. I showed them what I got. They was like, bring this, bring that, bring that. So I was getting jobs because I had the wardrobe because acting and modeling is what I want to do now. But it's just slowed down a little bit. It's cool. It'll pick up eventually. But, man, my life is cyclical. So, you know, there's only a couple other things I may want to do. Like I might want to write a book. I might want to do some public speaking. I want to be a motivational speaker because I've experienced so much in my life. You know, look, man, y'all should do the same thing. Before the gates close, man, experience everything you can experience if you can, man. Stop messing around, flip-flapping around, man. You only go around this joint once. And then if you came back, you might come back as a freaking fly on the wall. So, you know what I mean? You here, experience it, do everything you can. Music is my life. I was blessed with that. I was blessed with the talent to be able to play instruments and set up my own studio and work with major artists and become a Grammy member. That's automatic. But the other stuff, collecting bases and gold and silver and yo, man, you know, bada bing, bada boom. So look here. I'm going to get up out of here and go take my TB shot. Because not only am I a chauffeur now, a licensed chauffeur, never thought you'd see me doing that. Now I'm getting ready to apply. Well, I got to get my last test, my tuberculosis test, and I will be a teacher's aide in the school system. Bruh, I'm doing everything I want to do. Long as I'm comfortable with it. I like the chauffeur thing, but not every day, as I said earlier. But I like the teacher assistant thing, but I don't know, I ain't done it yet. So, I gotta go. I gotta get this TV shot. I can't be late. Talk to y'all later. Be well. Holla at your boy. RaJuR will be cool. Doing everything. You do the same thing. Be motivational. Do what you want to do. Don't be locked down, wasting your time just doing stuff you don't want to do. You know what I mean? Working is fine. I worked for 36 years at a job. But while I worked for 36 years, had all this and Grammys. Or, I'm a Grammy member. I ain't win a Grammy. So look here. You can do what you gotta do. Don't well, I'm working. I can't do that. Yeah, you can do it. You can do it. Just gotta know how to make time for it. You know? Now for me, when I was working, the one thing I really couldn't do that I can do now, which is why I'm still up here trying to hold on to what I got, is that I couldn't do any acting jobs. Because some jobs required you might be 2 days on set, 3 days on set. You might have to go back 2 days. You might have to go back 3 days. You might have to stay up there. So, and I really want to get into this acting thing. So, I've been in a couple films, been in music videos, so on and so forth. We'll see what happens. I gotta go later, Boris. And don't forget, leave